Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum class. Welcome to English grade 8 video lessons. I'm your instructor Zia Hamid. I hope that you're doing well and you are enjoying learning about these different student learning outcomes. Today students, we will talk about our very first lecture of unit 8, which is about give way, be kind and drive right. This talks about traffic rules, road safety and so many more things. I hope that you have read the lesson, you have understood it well, and you must have noticed so many gerunds and so many participles in them. What are they? We will talk about it today in this lesson. We will talk about grammar, and the learning outcome is understand and use gerunds and participles. Now, we will talk about what is a gerund and what is a participle and how we can understand them using different examples. Now, let's move forward. This is a vertical linkage for additional information and for the brainstorming session today, students. Now, be prepared and think of 3 activities you enjoy doing. What are those 3 activities that you love and you enjoy doing? Now, I hope that you have thought about it. Now, write a sentence where the action is used as a noun. This is what we call gerund. And another sentence where it describes something. And this will be our participle. So, for example, if you say, I like swimming, or you can say that making pancake is my favorite activity, or so many things. So, you can see that these words with ing, they serve different purpose here. Some act as your adjectives and some are acting as noun, though they are looking as they are verbs. So, we will see what they are. Now you can, I hope that you have made so many sentences describing your favorite activities. And now let's talk about what is a gerund. So in grammar, my dear learners, gerunds are words that are formed with verbs but act as nouns. So it means these are the words that when you look, you will say that these are verbs. But what they are doing is they are actually acting as nouns over here. They are verbs but acting as nouns. Now they are very easy to spot since every gerund is a verb with ing. It means that gerund is always ending with the 3-letter group ing. Tagged to its tail. There are no exceptions to this rule. It means that this rule is applied to every word and everywhere. Now, if you take some examples from the main lesson, you can say that giving way on the road means letting others go before you. Now, we are spotting some words ending with ing. It is giving and letting. Now, if I take the word give, I know that give is a action, it is a verb. But if I eliminate e and add ing, then this will become a gerund. It is a verb, but it is acting as a noun. So giving, taking, all these are nouns. So we will take them as subjects and as nouns. Same goes with the word letting. Let is a verb, but if you add ting with it, then it will become a noun. So giving, it means it's a noun. Giving way on the road means letting others go before you. The second example is, it's like taking turns to keep things safe and smooth while driving. We have the words taking and driving. Taking and driving. They are looking like they are verbs, but they are acting as nouns. They are, driving is an activity, it's a verb, but if we use it as a gerund, we can call it a noun, and now this becomes a name. Same goes with the word taking. Now, you can make gerunds with the word swimming. Now, we know that swim is an activity, it's an action, but when you're adding ing with it, it becomes swimming. Now, swimming is the name of an activity. It is a noun. It is the name of an exercise. So, I hope that we are clear about gerunds. Now, let's talk about another similar looking thing but acting differently. We have participles, and we have them in the form of present and also in the past. Now, there are two types of participles. We call them present participle and past participle. The present participle form always ends in s or es and ing. So this is how we can recognize a present participle. It is ending with s or es, and it can also end in the letter group ing. Now, most verbs have their past participle form ending in ed or en. Now, when we are talking about past participles, we are going to use some indications of the past. Like we know the word ed and en, they are mostly used for past tense or past. Of course, there are several exceptions to this rule. Both the present participle and the past participle can be used as adjectives. So, like the verbs in gerunds, the verbs were used as nouns. Here, these participle present and past, they are used as your adjectives, and we know that adjectives show us quality of the noun or any subject. Now, if you take some examples, these are taken from the main lesson. It's like taking turns to keep things safe and smooth while driving. When turning, give way to vehicles that are going straight ahead. It is an important aspect of road etiquette and safety that helps ensure smooth traffic flow and prevents accidents. Given way rules are road rules that allow all road users to know who needs to give way and when they can go safely. Can we find some present and past participles? To look for present participle, we are going to see words ending with s or es or ending with ing. Let's see. It's like taking turns. Taking, here, turning, and then we have words like given. This is a past participle. Now, all these words, when they are used in the past form, like the word given, given way. So this word is actually a past participle. And when we are talking about words ending with ing, but they are acting as adjectives, we call them present participles. Now, we can use the participles in different ways. We can use them as adjectives. For example, the running man is fast. Running man. Running is an adjective which is describing quality of the man over here. This can also be used in verb phrase. For example, she is walking to the store. Walking is a present participle over here. To form perfect tense, we can use the same word, the same thing. I have finished my homework. Now, this is a past participle example because it is ending with the word as we talked about it. This is ending in ed. So you can easily recognize them. You can recognize them in the present perfect, in the perfect tenses. You can recognize them in verbs, and you can also recognize them in your adjectives. Now, for the classroom activity, you may pause the video right now and solve this. You have to identify the present and past participle from the given paragraph. You can notice some words over here. What is giving? Giving is a gerund, but we have to notice present and past participles. So there are so many examples of them. You can see them whether they are acting as adjectives, whether they are acting as perfect tense, or they are acting as a verb as well. Now, another activity that we have is for the past and present participles. For example, they are eating delicious food. She is bored. Eating is a present participle. Bored, we know, ending with ed is a past participle example. Every pair will be given 2 minutes more to make the sentences. The pair who makes more sentences in less time will get the highest point and win. So you will make up your pairs right now and make more sentences than the other pair. Now, for the classroom activity, this is again the same activity that you're going to do. You have to make present and past participles in your notebook and do them correctly. You have the worksheet over here where you have to read these sentences and choose the word in the box. Now, you can either just point out and label whether it is a gerund or simply a participle. Now, for the gerund homework, for practicing the gerunds, we have an activity as a homework. You have to imagine that you are a character in an exciting adventure story, and you have to use the gerunds, as we talked about it, to describe the actions you are taking in different situations. Let your imagination run wild and have fun with it. You have an example like exploring the lush jungle. I stumbled upon a hidden cave entrance. Now, exploring. To explore is a noun, but it is acting as a to explore is a verb, but this is acting as a noun. So you can make all these different kinds of sentences and this whole story with using your gerunds. We have these resources in the description. You can access them and learn more about them and practice the worksheet and the skill sheet about gerunds and participles. I hope that the difference between a gerund and a participle is clear. Thank you so much, students. I hope that you will do this activity and perfect this lesson very well. Thank you so much. Take care of yourselves and Allah Hafiz.